going on, everybody? Welcome to this very first episode of Behind the Scenes. What this is going to be more of a test run is basically me explaining a commentary and behind the scenes of the projects I have on my YouTube channel. I'd like to thank StreamYard for this. For anybody that's trying to create or do what I'm doing here, StreamYard, it's a free service currently, and what it'll basically do is you can do this as you see me here in the corner. What I'm going to do is my first project, one of my very first projects, is talk about a behind the scenes commentary of Hueco Tanks. To those who have seen it, thank you. You've never seen this before. I am, as of right now, going to fortunately mute it. I'm going to just talk over it and behind the scenes commentary. This was a short mini project I did while attending school. And as I process along, I'm going to just be pausing and explaining the shots and ideas I came up with. It's been almost a year since I remember doing this project, so I might not be on point as to what I'm going to end up doing or creating per se of the specific shots, but I'm going to try and see and remember. So as I click here on my screen, my voice will begin to talk about it. And as you see in the logo, Hueco Tanks. And this shot that's about to go out through the beginning, I decided, how can I kind of just get a panning shot of the state park? My dad came with me to the state park and we used his vehicle. I sat in the passenger, and as you see throughout and in movies, you'll get the panning shot. I just let him drive, and I did have, the wind and there you go once again. I probably could have changed the color correction on it, and my voice is overtaking it, explaining it, and there is music in the background, I believe, which also is kind of overtaking the wind. And when you live in West Texas, as of right now, the time of this recording, it's going to be just basically, how do you say this? It's going to basically just overtake just everything. We always get winds here in West Texas. And I took me 2 days to film this project. Did quite a bit on the first day. Had to do an additional extra footage to add, which I'll explain a little bit later. So let's keep playing. Right here, right here is this shot where my voiceover overtakes. My voiceover takes the shot, and I then begin to go through each sections of the park. And as from here, I can remember that there was winds and just blowing. And when you're filming projects, don't freak out because of winds and stuff going on to things like this. It is a hassle. It's annoying. That's why you do all sorts of things in editing, and that's what movie studios do. You just gotta deal with the elements, in which this case I did. So it's more of a panning shot, and I was a one-man crew. There I am, and what this is, I'm gonna probably not get this right, but it's coming from one end to a shot to another shot of me appearing on the other end through the rock. And those were different things that were required. This was just of a shot of my dad. He didn't want to be on camera. He said, just get the back of me. So I got the back of him. And as you can see, the plants are moving in the distance, and it is very windy. This was just of rock climbers. They probably noticed I was filming because I passed through them. And this is what you can do in the state park. You can go camping. You can do self hikes. rock climbing and you see many of these people doing this sort of stuff. This is just something minor. That little green thing, I have no idea how the heck that happened. I have it in another video. I could probably maybe re-edit this in the future and see if I could get rid of that, or anybody that knows what might have happened, please leave a comment or let me know. I can try and fix it. And just basically, as you hear the music playing, and this part right here, I wanted to, this was one of the second days of shooting. So basically, it was to interview somebody. At first, I thought I wasn't going to have anything until I met with one of the the right park rangers. Gave him just a few simple questions of the park, the history of the park, and as you can see on the top of his T-shirt, he has the mic that I have on my T-shirt right now, and I should have adjusted him a little more to the right of the screen, which you learn as you go. And he's just answering some of the questions. And right there, from what I remember, basically asked the significance, the history of the state park, and pretty much just what this park has to offer. And throughout my years living in El Paso, Texas, I have just seen a variety of people just come to explore. I've always been an outdoor person, and it's something nice to do. Just you appreciate nature in any of the sense. And as he continues to proceed, I'm going to talk over him a little bit. There is wind in the background, which I should have edited in the end, but I'm going to let him speak a little bit. This shot right here was part of the second day of shooting. I believe I hadn't been to this side of the park, or I might be wrong, don't remember, but I had never experienced the scenery, so I decided to add this into this short little documentary. And as you see me proceed, there's still winds. This, I believe, was in the time of March. I need to look back on my computer file, and the music is playing, overtaking, and throughout what this park has. This is set part of the other side of the park. It's mostly walking distance, nothing behind, but this area is really fascinating, really beautiful, and it's just the wind is just a pain that it's out of your hands. And there it is again. Maybe it was due to the wind that you saw that little thing. But right here, I'm going to pause it for a second. Right here, it was basically just to get the natural outdoor sound where I could have easily have gone on YouTube and a found a sound of wind and played it here onto my video and pretty much have done that. So basically, I just kept my camera and just showing the outdoor experience of the wind as it gets played, which that's how it currently is outside at the time of this recording. And in this part, I believe I asked them to those who have never been to this park, what do should they expect, or to make any visitors, future people still coming to this park. as I let the music play in the background, this is on my video on my YouTube channel, so I know it won't get copyrighted. And I believe I did address, but as you can see here, I'm going to pause it for a second. The scenery is completely different. I didn't go any rock climbing for the second day of shooting this. And it's just one of those where you could call escapism. You escaped into this reality or into another place, and you just gotta relax and just enjoy the little things, enjoy the outdoors, ignore everything else that's bothering you in life, and just go take a walk, go hiking, ride a bike. There's so much other stuff around you that we don't notice, and it's stuff like this that I wanted it to be a part of the documentary. Tanks was bought by El Paso County in 1965. It became a national state park in 1970 by the state of Texas. That shot right there was, excuse me, that shot right there was me going on a scenic drive, which is in El Paso, Texas. And it was, as you heard my voice a little bit there, just explaining how this state park has been a part of El Paso, Texas's history and continues to be till this day. And this shot right here, as I figured I'd get a panning shot into the park, get a panning shot, I'm probably saying this wrong, out of the park, and realizing that I didn't change the color adjustment, which I probably still can. You can edit it as much as you can. The sky, the rock is a little bit clearer. And as it continues, I had several shots where I was in my dad was driving and just showing the landscape of the state park. And there goes that little thing once again. And this was a fun experience. If I could, I would maybe make this a little bit longer. I would make that a little bit longer, interview more people, make it into a longer feature, short documentary. And yeah, this was the first episode of the behind the scenes of the projects I've created. I will be doing more things like this. Once again, thank you to StreamYard for providing this sort of tool and usage. I'm learning to do all this streaming things and having this YouTube channel and creating all this sort of stuff. It's fun. And anybody that wants to learn how to use it, just practice at it. And thank you so much. I'm Adrian Michael Soto. I'll see you all next time. Have a good one. Bye bye.